We're all in line. And they're off. That's Bordeaux Great jumping to the early lead as they head towards the first of 12 fences, 2 times to go around the course. And Greg Ryan shows the way on Bordeaux Great. Dynaway in second place, Hot Springs in third, followed by Paperman, Raise a Glass, and Uppercut. We're safely over the first fence, headed down to the chute now for the second and third fence in this 2 1/8 mile race. Bordeaux Great showing the way. Dynaway now in second place, a length back to Paperman in third. Then we have Hot Springs, Raise a Glass, and Uppercut trails the field. Into the chute now and to the second fence. Greg Ryan shows the way. Bordeaux Great on top by 2 as they head to the third. Bordeaux Great in first place by 2 1/2, followed by Dynaway in second. Paperman in third, Hot Springs in fourth, Raise a Glass in fifth, and Uppercut in sixth as they go out of sight. Greg Ryan has a 3-length lead on the field as they come up the hill now and back into view shortly for the fourth fence. And they're back into view. Greg still holds the lead, Dynaway in second place. They come now to the fourth fence, and Bordeaux Great on top by a 1/2 length. Dynaway right there beside him. Hot Springs in third. Raise a Glass and Paperman coming back on again. Bordeaux Great still on top as they jump the fifth and head towards the 6th of 12. Bordeaux Great, Dynaway, Hot Springs, Paperman, Raise a Glass, and Uppercut. They come through the stretch now for the second time. One more time to go around here in the sprint maiden hurdle race. Dynaway and Bordeaux Great neck and neck as they come to the 7th fence. Bordeaux Great still maintaining a 1.5 length lead as they go around the far turn. Bordeaux Great starting to open up a little bit now, but Dynaway is not going to let them get too far ahead. And we have Paperman in tight third place. Hot Springs, Raise a Glass, and Uppercut in that order as they go down and into the chute for the second and last time to the 8th and 9th fences. Bordeaux Great still showing the way by a length. Bordeaux Great on top, Dynaway in second. Paperman in third, and Hot Springs right alongside. Safely over the 9th. 3 fences left to go in the sprint maiden hurdle race. Bordeaux Great still showing the way by a 1.5 lengths, now make that 2 lengths as they come up the hill towards the third from home. Out of sight momentarily, back into view, and Greg Ryan still has the lead of a length over top of Paperman and Dynaway. Hot Springs in tightly bunched in fourth as they head up the hill to the last 2 fences. A very tight race, but looks like Hot Springs is starting to move on the outside. Hot Springs takes the lead in the next to last fence. 1 more fence to go. Hot Springs now widening that gap as he heads toward the final fence, over safely and toward the finish wire. Hot Springs on top, but here comes Raise a Glass on the outside, but it is going to be Hot Springs today. Hot Springs, Raise a Glass, Dynaway, and Bordeaux Great, Uppercut, and Paperman. This is Houston maintaining that edge in front as they come to the sixth fence. This is Houston. Artsy in second place. This is Houston. Artsy, no white flags, Highland Fling, 2-minute warning, Wicklow Bound and Soy Desta Tenudos as they come to the 7th of 12 fences. Patty Young showing the way as they take the 7th. County Watchman brings up the rear of the field. They head down into the chute for the last time to the 8th and 9th fences. This is Houston on top. Artsy in second place. Highland Fling now moving into third. No white flags in fourth. Wicklow Bound, 2-minute warning. Soy Desta Tenudos and County Watchman. As they approach the 8th fence, it is still, this is Houston, but Artsy right alongside. This is Houston and Artsy battling up to the 9th fence. No white flag, still not giving up in third position. Tightly bunched on top. They head down the hill now for the last time. Artsy sticks his nose out in front, but here comes This is Houston right back again as they battle neck and neck as they go out of sight and head towards the third from home. Back into view. Artsy has taken a commanding lead. Artsy by 4, Wicklow Bound in second place, no 2-minute warning, in third, Highland Fling in fourth, and here comes Soy Desta Tenudos charging up on the outside. Artsy, as they head to the home, Artsy on top. Here comes Wicklow Bound trying to catch up, and Soy Desta Tenudos, Jonathan Thomas on board, is aiming toward the leaders. As they approach the final fence, it's Wicklow Bound and Artsy. Wicklow Bound with a slight advantage. Jonathan Thomas bobbles badly but stays on. But it's Wicklow Bound and Artsy as they come through the stretch. And it's going to be Wicklow Bound by 2. Wicklow Bound, Artsy, Soy Desta Tenudos, and 2-minute warning here in the Foxfield Hurdle.
The third race is the Blue Ridge Classic Amateur Highweight Hurdle Race, the first of $15,000.
Flag is up. And they're off. Not too quickly, but they're off. That's Floor Plan on top, Challenge in second place, Wriggle again in third. Followed by Arolo in fourth place, Yokozono in fifth, Bostrada in sixth, and Upheld in seventh. They head down the hill now towards the first and second fences, both in the chute. And that's Floor Plan, Greg Ryan aboard, but Yokozono goes flying past. to take a 4-length lead with Wriggle Again right behind him. That's Challenge in third, Floor Plan in fourth as they race to the second fence. Yokozuna and Wriggle Again deciding that that pace was just a little too slow for their taste. Wriggle Again on top, Yokozuna 2 lengths back in second place. It's about 10 lengths back or 15 to Challenge. Then Floor Plan, Bo Strada, Upheld, and Arolo trails the field. They go out of sight behind the tents. They come back into view, and that is Wriggle Again on top by 4, Yokozuna in second place. 25 lengths now back to Challenge, Upheld, Floor Plan, Bo Strada, and Arolo. Over the third and headed towards the fourth. That's Wriggle Again on top, showing the way. Wriggle Again, Yokozuna, running their own race, and then we have to go back a bit to find the rest of the field, with Upheld leading that pack. Over the fifth fence, headed towards the sixth, it's Wriggle Again and Yokozuna showing the way. Wriggle Again heading towards the sixth by a length over Yokozuna. 15 lengths back to Upheld, Challenge, Floor Plan, Bo Strada, and Arolo. They head down the hill now for the second time, headed towards the seventh fence. It's still a battle on the front end between Wriggle Again and Yokozuna. Wriggle Again and Yokozuna, neck and neck, head and head as they go down the hill towards the seventh. And then it's a good ways back to Upheld in third place, but it's a long way to go. They're at the 7th of 17 fences. Now headed towards the 8th of 17. Wriggle Again on top. Wriggle Again, Yokozuna, Upheld, Challenge, Floor Plan, Bo Strada, and Arolo. Down the hill now for the second time. Headed towards the 9th of 17 fences. And by a length, it's still Wriggle Again on top of Yokozuna. They go behind the tents, out of our view and back into view now. Wriggle Again still on top as they come up the hill to the 9th fence. Wriggle Again on top by 1.5 over Yokozuna, but Upheld continues to stalk in third place. Floor Plan and Challenge even further back. Bo Strada and Arolo trails the field. At the 10th, it's still Wriggle Again on top. Yokozuna, and here comes Upheld now maintaining a closer distance. Not going to let him get away from him. We have another time to go around after this, and it's Wriggle Again at the 11th fence. Wriggle Again, Yokozuna, and Upheld. Floor Plan and Challenge. Bo Strada and Arolo in that order. Wriggle Again, Yokozuna at the 12th, jumping it together. Upheld and Floor Plan right behind. Challenge, Bo Strada, and Arolo. They go down the hill now for the final time, headed towards the 13th of 17 fences. Yokozuna now takes a length lead over Wriggle Again, and it's about 15 lengths back now to Floor Plan. In third place, but on the top end it's a battle between Yokozuna and Wriggle Again as they jump the next fence. Wriggle Again losing his rider at that one, and it's all alone for Yokozuna on the front end. Floor Plan, Greg Ryan trying to catch him. Challenge, Bo Strada, and Upheld. Arolo trails the field. They have 3 fences left to jump. And as they come back into view, it is Yokozuna on top, but Floor Plan right behind. Yokozuna comes up to the 3rd from home. Floor Plan jumps closely towards the lead, and here comes Challenge, and Bo Strada now in 4th, making a move. Yokozuna on top of Floor Play, catches them at that fence. They battle towards the final jump. And here comes Bo Strada taking the lead with one fence left to go. Bo Strada takes it there first, Yokozuna in second place, Floor Play in third, but here comes Challenge now moving up towards the leader, but is not going to catch him here today. It's all Bo Strada at the finish line. Yokozuna and too close to call between Challenge and Floor Play. And they're off. Alvin Ryan jumps to the lead on Reflector, but on the far outside, Implicit is right alongside and takes the early lead. That's Implicit as they come to the first of 12 fences. Reflector in second place, BK's Double Jade in third, Falcon in the Night, Big Bad Joe crossing again, Signboard, AJ's Honor, and Casino Casey in that order as they go down into the chute for the first time and head towards the second fence. Implicit on top by 3, BK's Big Jade in second place. Reflector right alongside of BK's Double Jade over the second fence. Implicit. And we have lost BK's Double Jade. Reflector shows the way now. Big Bad Joe right behind, but Implicit now bolts toward the front. Looks like we've lost a stirrup there on Implicit. They went out of sight. Reflector was on top, back into view. Implicit has the lead, but is pulling up. Reflector on top by 10 over. Reflector is on top, Big Bad Joe in second place as they head towards the fifth fence. Over the fifth, Reflector on top, Big Bad Joe crossing again. Signboard is in fourth. Reflector, Big Bad Joe crossing again. Signboard, Falcon in the Night, Casino Casey, and AJ's Honor. Greg Ryan shows the way on Reflector. Big Bad Joe in second place, crossing again in third. Signboard in fourth. Falcon in the Night in fifth. Casino Casey in sixth. And AJ's Honor in seventh as they head down the hill now for the last time towards the eighth fence. Reflector on top. Implicit did pull up. Reflector on top by many as they head towards the 8th. Big Bad Joe right behind them, though, now making up some ground. Reflector by 2. Big Bad Joe. Falcon in the Night has moved in. They're tightly bunched. It is Reflector on top. Big Bad Joe in second place. Crossing again in third. Casino Casey in fourth. Signboard. Falcon in the Night and AJ's Honor. They're back into view with 3 fences to go. Greg Ryan still on top with Reflector. Big Bad Joe now moving closer in second. Casino Casey now into third. Crossing again, dropping back into fourth, but jumping back into third. And on the far outside, it's Big Bad Joe now taking command by a half a length over Reflector. 2 fences from home, it's Big Bad Joe on top, Reflector in second place. Crossing again in third, Signboard. AJ's Honor now making a move. Casino Casey dropping back, and Falcon in the Night. Big Bad Joe on top as they head for the wire. Big Bad Joe, but here comes Reflector fighting back again on the inside. It's Reflector and Big Bad Joe. Big Bad Joe and Reflector as they race toward the wire. Too close to call. Crossing again in third. AJ Honor in fourth. Signboard in fifth. Falcon in the Night and Casino Casey.
Scratch number 3, and scratch number 5.
And they're off. Out in the middle of the course, Lucky Chap and Langberg. Lucky Chap leads the way to the first of 12 fences. Langberg and Military Man and Yuda Man, all tightly bunched as they head down the hill for the first time to the second and third fences. Lucky Chap and Langberg lead the way, followed by Military Man, Yuda Man in fourth. But on the front end, it's head and head between Lucky Chap and Langberg down the hill into the chute to the second fence. Lucky Chap starts to move away from the crowd by about a length. Langberg and Military Man right there beside him. Over the fence, Military Man jumps into second and is trying to take over first. They head down the hill now for the first time and to disappear behind the tents. Lucky Chap has a neck lead over Military Man. That's another 3 lengths back to Langberg and another 5 lengths back to Yuda Man. They go out of sight behind the tents. They come back into view. Military Man has a half-length lead as they come up the hill to the fourth fence. Military Man, Lucky Chap, over the fourth. Lucky Chap jumps back into first by about a head. Lucky Chap, Military Man, another 10 lengths back to Langberg and Udaman over the fifth. Military Man starts to edge ahead now by about a length. Military Man on top, Lucky Chap in second place. Langberg another 5 back and Udaman. They head now towards the seventh fence. It's Military Man and Lucky Chap on top. Military Man by a length as they come to the seventh. Military Man maintains the lead. It's another 10 back to Langberg and Udaman in fourth position. Military Man maintaining that lead and showing the way, but Lucky Chap moves right alongside. They race that way down the hill towards the chute now and the 8th and 9th fences. Lucky Chap edges ahead by a length now over Military Man as they come to the 8th fence. Langberg takes a fall at the 8th, all safely over on the 9th. But it's Lucky Chap on top now by 5 over Military Man and another 6 back to Udaman in third position. They go out of sight, but Lucky Chap has now widened his lead to about 10 lengths. It is Lucky Chap on top as they come back into sight with a comfortable lead coming into 3 fences from home. Udaman now taking over second place over top of Military Man in third, but on the front end, it is Lucky Chap all alone with 2 fences left to go. Lucky Chap by 15 to 20 lengths as it comes into the second from home. Lucky Chap, Carl Rafter aboard. 1 more fence to jump. Udaman trying to get there, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen today. However, Udaman is not out of it. 1 more fence, and that's it. Lucky Chap heads to home, but here comes Udaman. But it's going to be too little, too late. Lucky Chap wins the Daniel Van Clief Memorial. Udaman in second place. And Military Man in third.
Thank you.
They're at the start, the flag is up, and they're off. Early into the lead, it's Perked in the west. Right alongside of Okie Dokie Smoky, another couple of lengths back to Assembly. And then Flying Visit in fourth as they ease their way towards the first of 16 fences. Perked in the West shows the way by 2.5 over Okie Dokie Smoky in second place, Assembly in third, and Flying Visit in fourth. They head now towards the second of 16 timber fences. Perked in the West, William Dowling up today. They come to the second fence, and we have lost Assembly's rider. They head down the backside now to the two jumps in the bottom, numbers 3 and 4. And it is Perked in the West on top, followed by Okie Dokie Smoky in second place and Flying Visit in third. Okie Dokie Smoky eases his head out in front now at the fourth fence. They jump it together. Okie Dokie Smoky, Perked in the West, and Flying Visit. Okie Dokie Smoky now with a 1.5 length lead as they go out of sight and head up the hill towards the fifth fence. Back into view, Okie Dokie Smoky has a 1.5 length lead over Perked in the West, another 1.5 length back to Flying Visit. Okie Dokie Smoky heading towards the fifth fence in the lead. Okie Dokie Smoky, Perked in the West, Flying Visit in that order at the fifth fence. Now they head towards the sixth in the middle of the stretch. Okie Dokie Smoky still maintaining his lead. Okie Dokie Smoky on top at the sixth fence. Flying Visit in second, Perked in the West now in third place. They head towards the seventh fence. Okie Dokie Smoky still on top. They're being waved off of that fence and head down the hill. Okie Dokie Smoky on top, Flying Visit in second place, another 2 lengths back and 3 lengths back to Perked in the West as they head down the hill now towards the seventh fence in the bottom. Okie Dokie Smoky, Flying Visit, and Perked in the West is caught up. They're all three together now as they hit the eighth fence. Okie Dokie Smoky maintains his lead of about 1.5 lengths to 2 lengths over Flying Visit, another 3 lengths back to Perked in the West. They come up the hill now towards the 9th fence in this race. Okie Dokie Smoky still on top. Okie Dokie Smoky, Flying Visit, and Perked in the West evenly spaced. Okie Dokie Smoky ridden today by Carl Rafter, showing his way to the 9th fence. Okie Dokie Smoky on top. Flying Visit twisting over that one but staying up. Perked in the West in third. They come down now towards the 10th fence in this race. Okie Dokie Smoky leading the way. Okie Dokie Smoky on top. Flying Visit and Perked in the West. They come past us now, headed towards the 10th fence. They will be waved around this fence again. Okie Dokie Smoky still on top. Augustine Stables Flying Visit in a close second, and 3 lengths back to Perked in the West in third. They go down the hill towards the next, which is actually the 10th fence so far. Okie Dokie Smoky still on top. The order has not changed now for an entire lap. Okie Dokie Smoky on top. Flying Visit and Perked in the West. On to the 11th fence. Okie Dokie Smoky still showing the way. pulling away after he lands, now by 3 over Flying Visit in second place, and Perked in the West in third. Back in the view, it's Okie Dokie Smoky coming up the hill for the last time. This is the last time, isn't it? We got one more to go. You got one more to go? Okie Dokie Smoky on top.